Good morning, welcome to Fibertown. This is episode 163 and it's August the 20th, 2016. Welcome to my porch. It is about 9:30 in the morning and the cicadas are singing. I think you can probably hear. We've got the sun over here. I apologize for that. I think it will move along pretty quickly. But yes, welcome. My name is Emily. If you are new, welcome everyone. Chain of Fools on Ravelry, Fibertown with an RE on Instagram. Alice, my dog, is walking around thinking about eating breakfast. This is my first ever Jenny the Potter mug. I think it's at least 4 years old, possibly 5. How you doing, Al? Hi, sweetheart. So welcome, I have some things to show you. But first let's do administrative stuff. Come here. All right, she wants to come up for the administrative stuff, apparently. Little girl. So, I had a few donations after mentioning that I have a donate button on my blog at fibertown.blogspot.com. Did I say that already? Possibly. And just thank you so much. In general, people don't want their names mentioned. I really appreciate every $3 donation. It helps with my $20 a month hosting fees and that sort of thing. So, absolutely not necessary, but greatly appreciated. And, if you want to contribute in another way to the podcast, to helping maintain it, I do have 7 patterns on Ravelry. One is free. It's a sock pattern. But you could buy a pattern. You could buy a pattern for a friend. You could buy a pattern for a stranger. Do you remember there was a podcaster who sadly passed away a few years ago, and she started like a Pattern Tuesday, giveaway Pattern Tuesday, where you would donate a pattern, or you would gift a pattern to a stranger on Ravelry on Tuesdays. And I remember getting a few patterns that way and just being, shocked. There you go. Shocked and thrilled and amazed, and it might be time to bring that back. Okay, now the lighting is dodgy. All right, so this summer we have the Adventure Along. Ooh, it's really dodgy. I am so sorry. The Adventure Along, which, have you seen the thread in the Rav group, Fiber Space Town Space Podcast on Ravelry? Okay, people are doing amazing things. Marianne, what is your Rav name? Middle-aged Pearl. Genius idea with a sock blank. Absolutely genius. And there's some other genius things on there as well. But that one is just in my head this morning. So go check it out. Enter. You can win a skein of handspun by me, as well as a little wraps per inch gauge that I got at SSK. Okay, so speaking of patterns, I will have one coming out in collaboration with Teasel, who is Shop Teasel on Instagram, and Kimberly near Seattle, and she dyes amazing yarns, naturally dyed. One of my inspirations for trying natural dyeing. So we have a collaboration, and she is making an amazing kit with the cowl pattern that I designed using her yarn. I can't wait to show you guys the kit. We're going to have a giveaway. It's going to be good fun. So yeah, that will be coming out around Labor Day. So we are in final preparations for that. Very exciting. Oh, we have a coupon code. Quilter Caroline is just a prolific and wonderful designer. She, I think, mainly designs shawls, and she has a new one. And you guys have a coupon code. Here it is. Isn't that beautiful? So this is Grandma's Flower Garden, and she is Quilter Caroline on Ravelry. Lovely, lovely stuff. Clotheslines Designs is her design handle. The code is GRANDMA, GRANDMA, all caps. And that will get you... Oh, goodness. That will get you It doesn't say the percentage, and if I were math smart, I would figure it out on the spot, but I'm not. It will take the price from £3.20, which is about US $4, to about US 3.6, 360. So a nice little discount for viewers. Excellent. Shall we get into? Did I do something to bother you? Alice is going to have a cameo in the kit that Kimberly is doing. Right, Al? Did you eat your breakfast yet? Such a good little nugget. Okay, so I have 3 FOs. I've been doing a lot of car knitting. Oh, and I just realized I forgot the sock blockers. All right, let's talk about socks, baby. Here are my socks. These were made from the lovely, they smell amazing, lovely Andre Sue Knits and her sock blank genius. This was sock number 1. And I just do my general sockiness, my general way of making a sock. You guys have heard it before. Riverbed gusset. Do a gusset on the bottom of the heel. It hugs my little foot. And I do have a little foot. I wear a size 7, US 7, which I think is a European 38. Loved it. Pretty consistent all through. Hang on, my smoothie delivery is here. Thank you, dear. This is number 2. And I started this on Monday on the road, and I finished it on Thursday, coming back. We took a small getaway to the mountains with a pond and a secluded hideaway. It was lovely. It was near the Natural Bridge in Virginia, near Bedford, which is actually, they're kind of far away, but it's all rural. So anyway, this is the amazing second sock. Love this one too. I rarely make 2 socks that actually match stitch-wise, gauge-wise even, and there was not a lot of time separating these 2. But I don't know, you can probably tell. This one, my gauge relaxed a ton. My gauge is much crazier and tighter on this one. So, but they are awesome. I have this much of the sock blank left. I need a bigger hoop because that's going on my wall, friends. I will draw up the excess behind. I will stitch it up. Maybe you know, I might unravel some of it for minis. But yeah, that's the idea. That's going to go on my craft room wall. Oh yeah. So I have the best of all worlds with this sock blank. You know, I get to save the artistry, and I get a pair of socks, and the surprise and the anticipation that goes into the knitting, just not knowing how it's going to look. You know, we've got lawnmowers in the background. Oh, that's delicious. Pineapple and spinach, banana, protein powder. Okay, hats. This is a Copycat-ish hat by Kelly McClure. I knit this out of some hobbledehoy hand sputters. This part right here is very Slytherin-ish, which is appropriate because this was Potions class batlings. Merino soy silk bamboo sparkle, 2 ounces. Okay, let's look at the other side. What? I need to, when I spin sparkle, I need to find out if there's a way, string bean, you could probably tell me, there's a way to get my sparkle to not stick out of the knitting, to be more embedded in the yarn. It's okay. So awesome. Here, shall we put it on? Of course we shall. This is probably for my daughter, who loves her slouchy hat. Oh yeah. You want to come back up, or you just want my smoothie? Very hot. Love it. So I have some leftovers that'll go in the sock yarn blanket. You're so majestic. Okay. I have another hat. This is out of Woolfolk Far. Amazing, amazing merino. This is the Graham hat by, I wrote it down, Jennifer Adams. Another free pattern. It's a broken rib. It's delightful. It used up all the yarn. It's not a huge amount of yardage. I feel like it's like 120 yards maybe. Hi. Does it slouch a little bit? It should. It does. This is for my husband. Are you climbing over here, silly girl? Oh, goodness. I should put my hair up. Are you sure that's a good idea? You're like on a suspension bridge or something and it's wobbling. Can you make it? Plus there's a big banister in the way. Just sit there. All right. This morning I took a steam iron. I just sort of steamed. I didn't iron it, but I steamed my shawl out of Angela Lester Longwool lamb from Ross Farm. I think it helped with the evenness of the fabric. So, oh, sorry, babe. You are coming over. You're gonna fall. Don't get on the keyboard. Thank you. Anyway, I cannot show you that effectively right now, apparently because I have a friend. Alice. Shall we talk to the camera? Kind of smelly, kid. Have you been outside? Have you patrolled the perimeter? Go back there. Oh my goodness. Whew, it's getting really hot. So have I showed you? Yes, I have showed you all my FOs. All right, having completed those widths, I really have no, I have a secret project that I'm working on, but I have no really active whips this morning. That will change, be assured, during the day. I will pick another project, and in fact, it'll probably be this one, and I will dig my teeth into it. Or it might be a flax cardigan, the flax sweater that I'm knitting for my daughter. We'll see. So, things happened. I'm reminded of a Hamilton song. Things happened last night. Ooh, goodness. With the breathing space, I took out, this is by Vera Valimaki, I took out the contrast stripey yarn. I took a very small needle, I wove it through the right leg of a lot of stitches, and I still need to take out one row. But yeah, so I wove it through, you know how you do for an afterthought, there, an afterthought heel? You, when you're ready to cut and put in the heel, you take a needle, a DPN or whatever, weave it through the right leg of all the stitches in a row, and that way they're on the needle when you cut, or in this case, when I unravel. So this got unraveled. This is Lammy Toes Bad Egg, which is an amazing yarn. I just finally came to grips with the fact that it wasn't, these two weren't right together, and that it was going to make a sweater that I wasn't going to wear. And when you're knitting a fingering weight sweater, that's not a good thing. It's a lot of work. So I'm pretty convinced that this is the Tamar. It's Blacker Yarns, gorgeous Tamar luster blend. I'm pretty convinced this is the yarn that's going to go with it. I think it'll make a nice contrast. It's a BFL. This is Hedgehog Fibers Twist Sock BFL nylon, and this is the teacup colorway. And I feel like this white is a more classic contrast. And then there are blips of browns, grays, and pinks, and mostly pinks. You can see if you open the skein a bit, you're going to get more pink. And now, when I was knitting this in it, what I really loved was the contrast of this color, this grayish. This is linher, or linner. I really loved the pink parts of this with the gray of this. And now I have two long wools together. I feel like it's just a better match. And it's a sweater I will wear more often. Gray and pink is a great combo, plus cream, this natural color. So fingers crossed that will work out and be lovely and wearable. It's a lot of knitting. I'm fingers crossed I picked up everything correctly when I put those stitches on the needles, and it'll all go smoothly. So that will get wound up. I will need to knit the lammy toes soon into socks because it's a stunning colorway. Alrighty. Spinning. Well, I finished Under Lock and Key by Highland Handmaids, and let's talk. This is BFL again. Mixed BFL. So, parts of the top that was dyed were gray or brown and mixed with natural cream colors. So you get a sort of a natural marling. This is a 3-ply. It's very, very squishy and fluffy and lovely, and I really love this rust right here. I'm a big fan of rust. It just came out gorgeous, and this is 200 yards, although probably about 7 yards of it. Once I run out of a 3-ply, when I'm doing a 3-ply, a traditional, and I run out of one of the plies, then I start doing a 2-ply, and I just keep going. And then when I run out of another ply, I take the remaining single and I Navajo ply it. And I just do this continuously in the spin. I don't break anything or change bobbins. And it gives me a little bit at the end that I can use in my sock blanket, for example. Now, the other spin I've got going on is some American Wensleydale. I have 2+ ounces of this. And this is from a farm in Colorado, Gypsy Farms. There's my first bobbin. And I'm not spinning it very thin, but this will be another traditional 3-ply. I've separated out all of the fibers, by weight. And I combed this. These are little nests that I combed. And I think this yarn will go into socks. Did you see the Fruity Knitting podcast with Rob and Sarah from Fiber Trek? They were adorable, and I want to copy Rob's socks that he had. He had some socks with the North Ronaldsy, which I also have, and I'm getting ready to process. He had Lincoln in there as well, which I also have. So I'm thinking of cool breed socks, long wool socks. Although the North Ronaldsy is a primitive breed, not a long wool. It's got 2 coats. So, anyway, that is happening in my head. And that's very exciting. All right. I do have one of my Jam Smiley bags. My husband is using one of these for his knitting project, which is a hitchhiker out of Miss Babs. I did some spinning on our trip. Again, hobbledehoy. I don't remember what she calls this particular combo, but it is, of course, rainbows and clouds. So, some sparkle in the rainbow. I've got my new Erin Makes Stuff spindle and my African Bead Whirl Spanish Peacock. So, more spinning will be happening very soon. Let's talk acquisitions, shall we? We're moving right along. So, in my travels, we were in Charlottesville, Virginia for actually a day on our way down, and we spent another few hours there on our way back because they're really good places to eat. It's the University of Virginia is there, and it's been years since I'd been there. In fact, I went to university at UVA's rival school. I got into UVA, I'll just have you know, but I went to William & Mary. I'm still not sure if that was a good choice. But we were driving around Charlottesville, and we drove by a sunken sports field, and I had a Proustian flashback of attending a women's rugby game and sleeping on someone's floor. Anyways, it was sort of a blast from the past for me. Yeah, so I had been in Charlottesville several times during my college years. I had not appreciated it as much as I did this time. So there's this great pedestrian downtown mall, and my husband's like, hey, let's go here. There's a parking garage nearby. We'll park. We can, kids can, our little one can walk, and we don't have to, he can run around, basically. No cars. Lots of restaurants, lots of shops. So we get to this pedestrian mall. Everyone's having lunch outside. I'm in the shade. It's, it's Virginia summer, so it's 90 degrees and it's humid. But there's a breeze, there's shade, there are fans. Anything is possible with a fan, as far as I'm concerned. Any amount of heat. There's an independent bookstore. There's a yarn shop. We did not plan this. There's, coffee shops that aren't Starbucks. There's all sorts of goodness. So, used bookstore. Look what I found. I walked in, I petted the shop dog, and I said, where's your craft section? And he said, what kind of craft? And I was like, is there more than one kind? So, Spinning in the Old Way, Priscilla Gibson Roberts. This was published not too terribly long ago, 2006, 10 years ago. And, it's Top World drop spindling, but it is so much more. There's info on fiber prep. There's info on, this is the bookstore, Blue Whale. All sorts of mechanics of spinning. There's making your own spindle. Placement of the notches. This is a super cool book, and I need to sit down and read it cover to cover. Very excited. I paid $7. The Needle Lady is the yarn store on the same block as the used bookstore and the coffee shop. So that's kind of like, I was good for the afternoon. This is Pom Pom. This is the fall edition. And I have never been moved to buy a Pom Pom before. I feel like they're lovely designs, but they are not geared for a woman of my age. My age, beauty, wisdom, what have you. They are for like skinny, urban 25-year-olds. So, not that there's anything wrong with that, obviously, but it's just a different demographic. Holy cow, I want to knit so many things in here. It is devoted to natural dyeing. Super, super, super cool, which I am very into. Look at that one, Tavara. And let's see the front, shall we? Oh, wait a minute. Look at this gorgeous lady. She's not a 25-year-old urban stick figure. This one's gorgeous. And all of the yarns, okay, this one, yes, I am not wearing a cropped chevron sweater, stripes. Kind of cute if you elongate it, but why not? Elongate it. By the way, that eyebrow color, is that naturally possible? I'm very curious. Not judging, just very curious. Gorgeous mitts, baubles. Now I've heard, where did I hear some designer saying baubles are the next hot thing? Okay, we'll see. This one I want to make lovely. Ugh, that's dyed with French marigolds. I've got a marigold plot right over there. This one's kind of cool. Hard to see the entire thing. Love this. This is gorgeous too. It's got a kangaroo pocket. Ugh, look at this. Christine Vihar. I was trying to remember her name last week. Witches, Friends, and Fugitives. So there are other articles in here about natural dyeing. Look at this one. Venturing into the world of eco-dyeing. This is what I was doing with my silk. Eco-dyeing. So, really, really inspired by this issue. Magic Mordants. So yeah, very, very exciting. Pom-pom. And I will be making things from there. Did I say there was also a giant fabric store? There was. Giant. Like with people making wedding dresses and having Project Runway type competitions and people who know what they're doing. Really, really great. I got this in the remnant bin for half off. This is 100% wool tweed, 2 yards. Half off. And I'm just admiring the selvage over here. Look at that. I don't know what this will become, but it was too good not to snap up. Might be an amazing bag. I need to make myself a new purse. All right, that's it for acquisitions. Let's talk up and coming, and then I'm gonna shut this machine off. The light's been terrible, sorry. Okay, I am going to be knitting a watch cap for my aunt's husband. So more on that later. Fibertown on the Road, you guys, is going to start next episode. I'm super excited. And if you want to participate, please let me know. I will send you an email with the details. In a few days, I'm going to meet up with Lori from Intuit Knits. She's coming to my house. We're going to hang out. I'm very excited. There's going to be some garment sewing happening once I clear out my latest big secret project and get that finished. It's taking up a lot of table space right now. So more on that later. Poldark. You guys love Poldark. I can't wait for season 2. I think it's in September. So I'm looking forward to that. Both of the men in the house have been knitting. So that's also exciting. I might be sharing more with you later about that. And I built a loom in the garden. Let me show you a picture. On the swing set, I just hammered some nails in there, took some cotton, made a warp, and started weaving with the kids. There's some marigolds, some palm leaves, some vines, some spent hosta flower stalks. I'm going to put a tomato, a branch of tomato plant in there too, maybe with some tomatoes still on it. Cherry tomatoes. So, all very exciting stuff. Yay, I hope your crafting is going well. I hope you're participating in the adventure along. That's going for another 11 days, because August is over in 11 days. Yeah, I think everything has been covered, everything has been said that can be said. So until next time, take care. Bye-bye.